French President Emmanuel Macron has floated the idea of a European political community instead of lowering European Union standards for admitting Ukraine, which has just sent its second filled questionnaire to join the EU. Macron started discussing his idea of a new format for cooperation between European states with European leaders, and the first one was German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Earlier, Macron proposed a project to rally the democratic countries of Europe. According to the French president, it should include both members and non-members of the EU, including the UK and Ukraine. His proposed idea, at least at first glance, is at odds with what he said earlier about strengthening EU. On the one hand, Macron again spoke of the need to increase the efficiency of the EU. On the other hand, he spoke in favor of the need for what he called the European political community. The French president explained, this new organization of Europe would allow democratic European countries that adhere to our core principles to get new opportunities for cooperation in the political sphere, in the sphere of security, in the energy and transport sphere, in investments, infrastructure, crossing borders. Accession to it would not mean mandatory accession to the EU in the future. Also, it would not be closed to countries that left the EU. In his speech, he explicitly mentioned non-EU states that could become the European political community members. The non-EU states include Bosnia and Herzegovina, the United Kingdom, which has left the EU, and Ukraine, which has been seeking accession to this organization for several years. By the way, the authorities of Ukraine regarded Macron's initiative as a transparent hint that they were not going to let their country into the European Union. After all, the French president delivered his speech precisely on the day when Ukraine sent the final part of the questionnaire to Brussels to obtain the status of a candidate for EU membership. On Tuesday, the Financial Times published an interview with Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmitry Kuleba, where he unequivocally stated that his country was satisfied only with the status of a candidate member of the European Union and not with any form of association with United Europe. He said, if we don't get candidate status, it means only one thing, that Europe is trying to deceive us. And we're not going to swallow it. Ukraine is the only place in Europe where people die for the values on which the EU is based. And I think that this should be respected. UK has not commented on Macron's idea. However, Macron did not hide that he did not expect immediate approval of his idea. He announced a series of consultations with European leaders. German Chancellor said, I want to say directly that this is a very interesting proposal to solve the serious problems that we face. Macron's idea is an attempt to modernize his proposals from 2017, with which he began his first presidential term. France has been toying with the idea of making Europe more independent for 60 years. But at the same time, it is clear that something needs to be done in this direction. After the enlargement of the EU in 2004, the organization is just a cacophony.